So you can see by the time we get to our ligament stress tests and our special tests for the knee, there's quite a few tests that we need to get through. And knee and our shoulder labs are our two busiest tests in terms of the tests that we cover during the lab. So we'll organize them here in a logical fashion. So you want to grab a pen, and in your lab notes you can write, with our ligament tests, our posterior sag and posterior drawer tests, they are both testing for PCL. So you can write PCL beside those two tests. Our Lockman test and anterior drawer, they are both assessing your ACL. Valgus stress test in full extension and 30 degrees of knee flexion, they're assessing your MCL. And your Vera stress test in full extension and 30 degrees of flexion are assessing your LCL, or lateral collateral ligament. Moving down into the special tests, patellar compression and swipe test, as it mentions, are both intracapsular swelling tests. So if from your observation you note that the person has some swelling around their knee, then you know you're going to have to do your intracapsular swelling tests. Our McMurray's test and Apley's tests are both for meniscus. And so you see, for all our ligaments and intracapsular swelling and meniscus, we're doing multiple tests. And as you learn from your orthopedic test assignment, is that no one test is both 100% sensitive and specific. So the more tests that you can do checking for that injury, the more secure you can be if you're coming up with positive tests that they have that injury, or if you're coming up with negative tests that they do not have that injury. Lateral patellar glide for apprehension is specifically for patellar subluxation dislocation. Dislocation. Patellar grind test is for patellofemoral stress syndrome or patellofemoral pain syndrome. Pain syndrome. And then VMO contraction is checking for atrophy of quads, and that's associated with a chronic knee injury, so ongoing pain, and particularly if there's swelling with that injury. So we'll move on and we'll go through these tests a couple at a time.